Now we come to an exciting Upanishad called GARBHA Upanishad. It is different in its line of thought. This speaks about the conception and the growth and the nurturing of a child. The sages might have thought about this because of its importance in having the body as the carrier of the soul, the body as the vehicle of the Jivatma. So this is a slightly different Upanishad, taking a different line of thinking. These ideas may lack scientific veracity because it speaks about all the stages of development of the soul or the Jivatma. But at the same time, we cannot underestimate its deep insights. It starts like this. Om Panchatmagam Panchasu Varthamanam Shadhasrayam Shadguna Yoga Yuktam Tat Saptadhadu Trimalam Diyoni Chaturvida Haramayam Shariram. It goes on speaking about all the different aspects of the human body. Our body is called Panchatmagam, as it is framed of the 5 elements such as earth, water, fire, air and sky. The following sections give a detailed description of the correlation of these elements and the body parts. Our body is said to have 6 shelters also, which can be the different forms of taste. This section is followed by a discussion of sounds and colors. 10 basic sounds and 7 colors are discussed. The latter part of this Upanishad deals with the consumption of the embryo and its stages of development. These may be visualizations of the sages, and it is believed that this was written by none other than Pippalada Muni himself. So he gives an idea about the different stages of conception of a child. It is after one night, after the union of the male and female chromosomes, that the embryo is formed, which is still in a fluid state. After 7 nights, it becomes a bubble of water. After 2 weeks, it becomes a solid form. The head is formed in 2 months, and legs and feet are formed towards the end of the 3rd month. Stomach and allied organs are formed by the 4th month. In the 5th month, the spine and other bones get their shape. Mouth, eyes, ears and nose all originate during the 6th month. This Upanishad teaches us that life or Atman gains an entry into the body in the 7th month. We don't know, we cannot prove all these scientifically. But of course, 3,000 years ago, scientists the sages did not have any scientific mechanism to prove their ideas, but still they were having some kind of visualization about all these. So it says, if the male part is stronger, the child becomes a boy. And if the female entity is stronger, the child turns out to be a girl. If the potency of both finds to be equal, the child can neither be a male or a female. It is also suggested that the child is met with deformity because of the mental turbulence of the mother. This is something important. So if we want to have a very sound child, there should not be any kind of disturbance for the mother during her pregnancy. All medical sciences will testify to this. So the sages very well understood these ideas. In the 9th month, the child becomes complete in itself and it gains a divination about its previous births. So here we get a beautiful description about the thinking of the child while inside the womb of the mother. It thinks about about its previous births. So it says, I understand all my previous births and how I was born in different wombs, how I ate different food, and how many times I was born and died. I am very lonely now, thinking about the all auspicious and inauspicious things that had happened in my life. I don't know where all my family members are now, the other members who were with me in my previous births, but now I am fallen again. Now I am fallen into the sea of sorrows. And the child takes a very good decision here now. It says, if I come out of this womb, I will definitely take refuge in Maheshwara for my deliverance when I am freed from this womb. So while it is in the womb of its mother, child takes a decision. Hereafter, I don't want to come out into this world of all problems and difficulties. I want to go back to Maheshwara, and in this birth, I will definitely do that. I will contemplate on Maheshwara or Adi Narayana, and I will definitely attain moksha. But the child comes out to the world with great difficulty, and again the pity is that it falls into the web of Maya immediately. It forgets all the previous births and deaths. It forgets even about its condition in its mother's womb. This is a kind of the kind of fate that an individual soul is facing when it is in this world which is of Maya, and it has to come out of the web of Maya for its realization. So the last part asks this question: why do we call this lump of flesh as our body? Because it speaks about the three aspects of this body. It is because the three fires as Jnanagni, Darshanagni and Jaragni abide in our body. It gives a detailed description of all the different types of these fires and how it acts, how it reacts within the body. And one more section with all descriptions about the body parts again. So the soul is the master, and its buddhi is its companion, whereas the mind is Brahma. That aspect is stressed. Then it speaks about 107 marma sthanas, or subtle parts, or the secret parts in the body. These are very, very crucial. So how these sages, they might have studied the anatomy part very well, and they speak about or Pipalada Munis, he speaks about 107 subtle or secret points in our body. And also there are about 108 junctions in the body, 109 nerves and 700 subtle nerves, and 500 muscles in this body. And also it speaks about the 360 bones. And another very interesting aspect is that it speaks about 4.5 crore hairs in the whole human body. We don't know, these may not be scientifically accurate, but these were the insights of a sage thousands or 3,000 or more years ago. But why do they give all these detailed description about the body? That is what is amazing, or that is what is exciting. This body is very, very important. Recently, there was a story in the newspapers about the discovery of a heart, which can be replaced, and that the cost of it is about 1.5 crores of rupees. So suppose we take all the parts in this body, what will be the worth of this one human body? It will cost maybe hundreds of crores, or a huge amount. So how carefully this body is created. So this is where this Upanishad is interesting, because it speaks about all the joints, the bones, the muscles, all the different sushmasthanas, or the marmas in the body, and all. It shows the thing that we have to understand, or we have to learn from this, is that the body is very important, and it is the greatest gift given by God, and it is where the Jivatma, the part of Parabrahma, abides, and we have to be very careful in nurturing the body. Even right from the time of its conception, this is very important that we understand the intricacies of our human body, and it is nothing but the vehicle of Parabrahma, or the super soul.